Cape Town is a city of contrasts, beauty and brutality, hope and hardship. In its shadow lies a violent underworld that many rarely see. This is the story of one of Cape Town's most notorious criminal organizations, the Hard Livings Gang. In this video, I'll trace their origins, key moments, leadership, alliances, rivalries, and crimes. This is the story of the Hard Living Gangs. To understand the hard livings, we must first understand the Cape Flats. Many communities were forcibly relocated under Apartheid's Group Areas Act. Poverty, marginalization, unemployment, social dislocation were rife in neighborhoods like Manenberg. In that environment, small youth gangs, vigilante groups, and street crews emerged. Over time, some transformed into more organized criminal enterprises. The Hard Livings Gang was founded in 1971 in Manenberg, Cape Town by Rashid Stachy and his twin brother Rashad Stachy. The brothers came from the background shaped by forced removals and poverty. As young men, they began engaging in petty crime, then gradually built influence and networks in the underworld. Originally, the gang's operations were relatively localized, selling drugs and controlling street corners. Over time, they expanded. Unlike loosely organized street gangs, the Hard Livings began evolving into a more centralized, hierarchical structure. Sources say they held regular meetings, and though deference was paid to the Stachy family, lower-level operatives had roles in decision-making. Over time, smaller gangs in Cape Town would affiliate or align with them, owing allegiance or acting under their umbrella. At its height, the Hard Living Gang is estimated to have around 6,000 members, locally concentrated in Cape Town, spread across many neighborhoods. Their territorial reach includes Manenberg, which is their origin, but over time they extended into Milters Plain, Sea Point, Greenpoint, Delft, and other sections of Cape Town. Their area of influence was among the supergroups in Cape Town, the other being the Americans. Among commonly reported activities are drug trafficking or distribution locally and internationally, firearms tracking, arms dealing, extortion, protection, rackets, and taxing of local businesses. Contract killing, hit jobs, robbery, fraud, money laundering, prostitution, human trafficking, kidnapping, which is less publicized but mentioned in gang dossiers, smuggling of diamonds, cooperation with international criminal networks. The Hard Livings have been linked to illegal diamond smuggling and partnerships with international mafias, for example, the Sicilian Mafia. In some accounts, also, the gang has cooperated with suppliers in cities such as Johannesburg and Durban to maintain supply chains. Their chief rival was the Americans gang. The two super gangs in Cape Town were often in violent conflict for turf, control of the drug trade, and dominance. The Americans used the US flag symbolism, while the Hard Livings often used the British flag as symbolic gang identifier. The Hard Livings also had shifting alliances with smaller gangs such as the Junkie Funky Kids, Ghettos, Mongrels, Jesters, Laughing Boys, and others. In the broader prison or gang alignment scene, involvement with the 28th Prison Gang and alignment with the British or 28 Alliance structure is reported. Rivalries have not just been with the Americans but with other gangs fighting for local control and influence, including in the zonal turf battles common on the Cape Flats. In the 1990s and early 2000s, violent clashes between gangs were frequent, resulting in shootings, reprisals, assassinations, and widespread community fear. The Hard Livings' expansion into more affluent areas for example, Sea Point, Greenpoint, drew attention, backlash, and intensified conflicts. The killing of Rashad in 1996 by vigilante group PHAD was a landmark event that escalated tensions. In 1996, Rashad Staghi was brutally killed. He was shot and then burned alive in Salt River by vigilante group PAGAD, People Against Gangsterism and Drugs. His death sent shockwaves through Cape Town's underworld. It also opened a power vacuum and triggered instability. After Rashad's death, Rashid took over as the dominant figure. Under his leadership, the gang grew in ambition and reach. Rashid was no stranger to the law. Over time, he was implicated and convicted of serious crimes. Under his tenure, the Hard Livings continued evolving into a criminal network with both local and international linkages. In 2003, Rashid was convicted for ordering the gang rape of a 17-year-old girl who had testified against the gang. He received 15 years for kidnapping and rape. In 2004, he was also convicted of burglary from the Fora Police Armory, 13 years. These sentences ran concurrently. While imprisoned, he claimed to undergo a religious transformation or conversion to Christianity. He was granted parole in 2013 for good behavior. Despite public claims of reform, critics argue he retained influence over gang operations behind the scenes. On 13 December 2019, Rashid Staghi was gunned down outside his home in Salt River, Cape Town, the same street where his twin brother had died decades earlier. The car he was in was riddled with bullets. He was declared dead on arrival at hospital. Theories about motive include internal gang betrayal, rivalry with other gangs, notably the 28s, and financial disputes such as alleged defrauding of Nigerian associates. After his death, many expected a surge in gang violence. Surprisingly, the anticipated eruption of bloodshed did not fully materialize. Communities noted a sort of uneasy quiet. However, instability remains. Internal splits, succession disputes, and a weakened but still dangerous gang remain realities. The presence of the Hard Livings and gangs generally has resulted in high levels of violence, homicide, fear, destabilized neighborhoods, and disruption of social services. Many younger people lacking opportunity see gangs as a route to protection, identity, and economic means. Female members are exploited, used as couriers or for sexual services. In some accounts, NGOs and civil society groups in Cape Flats have tried to intervene, offering gang exit programs, counseling, alternative employment, and mentoring. And without Rashid, the gang is fragmented, leadership is contested, and internal fractures have emerged. Rival gangs and prison-aligned gangs like the 28s may try to take advantage of the power vacuum. Crime remains persistent in Cape Town's gang-affected areas. Suppression strategies such as police raids, militarized responses have had limited success without addressing underlying socio-economic causes. The story of the Hard Livings is not just a story of crime, it's a story about spaces left behind by the state, places where inequality, exclusion, and despair allow criminal structures to fester and thrive. Rashid and Rashad built a network, enforced loyalty, ran violent wars, but their ends were both violent and tragic. Today, the Hard Livings remain, though weaker, fractured. The question is, will Cape Town's communities find lasting solutions, not just policing, but opportunity, hope, inclusion? Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit like, share, and subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you want a deep dive into one of their known crimes or a comparison with other gangs like the Americans or the 28s.